Gardening and sort of time in nature, you touched upon this before we played Dusty there, has helped you through some tough times through your life and kind of helped with mental health, I guess.
Well, I started gardening not long after my dad died. I think because what I realised is if you lose somebody close to you, it's obviously very upsetting, but there's no real structure for how to grieve, actually. And I suppose I say that to somebody who's always been quite Victorian, and I probably would have, left to my own devices, would have started wearing a veil or something. But but instead, I sort of thought it's quite difficult to know, because people say, like, oh, take time for yourself, be kind to yourself. And although it's always well meant, it doesn't actually mean anything, you know. Like, and if you take time for yourself, what do you actually do? So for me, I found that gardening was a good way to remember Dad, because he liked gardening, and he was born in the Second World War, and so he was, you know, as a kid, I think, was used to seeing people grow potatoes and runner beans, and I had to go at that, and it really helped, actually, just in a way of just. Well, it's just something to do, I suppose, and actually it felt very pleasing that you form part of the, to quote Elton John, the circle of life. But you see things growing, and you see that's how you sort of engage with life, really. And I think for me that was very helpful. And even now, if I'm stressed, my partner Alfie will say, like, "Oh, you're fine though, aren't you? And everything, when you're in the garden, everything's all right." So I think that's probably true. And so I hope I'm not evangelical about it. I'm not an expert, but I think it's good to have a go at gardening.